The world watched as President Trump announced a dramatic shift in his tariff policy. The administration increased tariffs on Chinese goods to a staggering 125%. This was a significant jump from the previous rate of 104%. At the same time, Trump declared a 90-day pause on tariffs for nearly every other country. This meant that tariffs for these nations would drop to 10%. This unexpected U-turn sent shockwaves through the global economy. Businesses and investors were left grappling with the implications. It marked yet another twist in Trump's unpredictable approach to trade. The move highlighted the ongoing trade war between the two economic giants. It also underscored the global uncertainty fueled by Trump's protectionist policies. The stock market reacted with a frenzy to Trump's tariff announcement. The Dow Jones Industrial Average experienced a massive surge, skyrocketing by almost 3,000 points. This translated to a remarkable 7.9% gain in a single day. The S&P 500, another key market index, saw an equally impressive jump of 9%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite outperformed both, posting a remarkable 12% gain. This was the Nasdaq's biggest single-day gain since 2001, highlighting the tech sector's sensitivity to trade tensions. It was a day of historic gains, with investors seemingly cheering the tariff pause. However, the volatility also underscored the fragility and uncertainty that defined the market under Trump's trade policies. China wasted no time in responding to Trump's tariff hike. The Chinese government swiftly retaliated by raising tariffs on U.S. goods to 84%. This was a significant escalation from the 34% tariff they had previously announced. The move signaled that China was not backing down from a trade fight. This tit-for-tat exchange of tariffs intensified the trade war between the world's two largest economies. The escalating tensions threatened to disrupt global supply chains. Businesses and consumers around the world braced themselves for the impact of higher prices and economic uncertainty. Trump's sudden policy shift left American corporations grappling with uncertainty. Delta Airlines and Walmart, two major players in their respective industries, withdrew their financial guidance. The unpredictable trade environment made it impossible for them to provide reliable forecasts. Amazon, the e-commerce giant, took a more drastic step by canceling orders from China. The move reflected the growing apprehension among businesses about the future of U.S.-China trade relations. The tariff war created a climate of uncertainty, making it challenging for businesses to plan and invest. It highlighted the real-world consequences of the trade war, impacting both large corporations and smaller businesses reliant on global supply chains. Section 5. A global plea countries seek tariff relief. The tariff pause on other countries did little to quell global anxiety. Over 75 countries feeling the pressure of Trump's trade policies reached out to the U.S. seeking tariff reprieves. The European Union, which had been hit with a 20% tariff previously, had voted to impose a 25% tariff on $23 billion worth of U.S. goods. However, this measure had not yet been implemented. Canada and Japan, two key U.S. allies, expressed their willingness to help stabilize the global economy if needed. This global scramble for exemptions and assurances underscored the far-reaching consequences of Trump's trade wars. It also illustrated the delicate balance of global trade and the interconnectedness of national economies. Section 6. The Art of the Deal: Decoding Trump's Tariff Tactics. Trump's sudden shift prompted speculation about his motives. Some analysts saw it as a classic art of the deal maneuver. This was a reference to Trump's best-selling book, which touted his negotiation prowess. The theory was that Trump was using tariffs as leverage to extract concessions from China and other trading partners. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent hinted at this strategy, stating that the tariff pause was intended to bring countries back to the negotiating table. However, others questioned the effectiveness of this approach. They argued that the unpredictable nature of Trump's trade policy was creating more uncertainty than leverage. Section 7. Tech Titans Rebound: A Glimmer of Hope Amidst Uncertainty. While uncertainty gripped many sectors, the tech industry found a reason to be optimistic. Tech stocks, which had been battered by trade war fears, experienced a significant rebound following the tariff pause. Nvidia, a leading chipmaker, saw its stock soar by an astounding 18.72%. Meta, formerly Facebook, wasn't far behind with a 14.76% gain. Amazon, despite its cancelled orders from China, still managed an impressive 11.98% increase. Tesla, the electric vehicle maker, led the pack with a staggering 22.69% surge. This positive response from the tech sector suggested that investors saw the potential for a trade resolution. However, it also highlighted the sector's vulnerability to trade tensions. Section 8. A long road ahead. Navigating the future of global trade. Despite the market's positive reaction to the tariff pause, the long-term implications of Trump's trade policy remained unclear. The 90-day pause provided a temporary reprieve, but it was merely a ceasefire in a much larger trade war. The coming months would be crucial as the Trump administration began country-by-country trade negotiations. The outcome of these negotiations would shape the future of global trade. Would Trump use the pause as an opportunity to strike new deals? Or would he revert to his protectionist instincts if he didn't get his way? The world was watching and waiting with bated breath. Section 9. Economic stability at stake. The unpredictable path forward. The uncertainty surrounding Trump's trade policy had far-reaching consequences. Economists warned that the ongoing trade war could have a chilling effect on global economic growth. The International Monetary Fund had already downgraded its global growth forecast due to trade tensions. The tariff war threatened to disrupt global supply chains, raise prices for consumers, and dampen business investment. The 90-day pause offered a glimmer of hope, but the path forward remained fraught with uncertainty. The world was left to grapple with the unpredictable nature of Trump's trade policy and its potential impact on the global economy. Only time would tell whether this latest twist in the trade war would lead to a lasting resolution or further escalation.